Damn, it's sunny outside. What is going on, everybody? What's going on, guys? What is going on, everybody? What's going on, guys? Damn crows. Damn crows. What's going on, everybody? Coming back to you guys again with another video. It's Sunday. You guys know what I do on Sundays. This is going to be the Sunday night Q&A. Just in case you guys are new to the channel, every Sunday I post a picture on my Instagram and I pick 10 questions. 10 random questions. It can be about anything. I give you a nice little shout out and then answer it, of course. In the rare occasion I can be a sarcastic douche, but most of the time I'm pretty straightforward. So without further ado, let's get to those questions. Alrighty, and the first question is going to be from Hanan Marie. It says, will you be doing another vegan challenge soon? Question mark. Right now, I could possibly in the future. Shut up. I'm focused on something. Damn crows, man, I'm telling you. Shut up. Alrighty guys, well I tried, but as you can probably tell, that goddamn crow did not want to shut up, but here we are. Like I was saying, the first question is going to be coming from Hanan Marie, who is a very loyal subscriber. She asks, will you be doing another vegan challenge soon? The answer to this one is definitely, I will be doing another vegan challenge. The thing about it is, after my last one, I definitely was totally turned off to a lot of the big volume challenges, so that kind of plays into more of my plans to really do a lot more speed eating, a lot more contest eating in the future. Yeah, that just, I don't even want to think about that McDonald's challenge. It just was absolutely just horrible. My car smells like McDonald's now. Ugh, gosh. Ugh. In regards to my next challenge though, I definitely have something special in store for you guys. Alrighty, the next question is going to be coming from Josie Ferrari 24, who says, what's your favorite A Day to Remember song? And this one I'm gonna have to say their newer stuff, either End of Me or Best of Me off of Common Courtesy, I would say are my two favorite songs. And then old stuff, I would have to say it's hard. I'm a huge fan of their first CD, and I really like Here's to the Past. That's one of my favorites from them. How Could You Forget? Downfall of Us All. Alrighty, the next question is going to be coming from Anna Musovic, who says, what has having a YouTube channel taught you? Have you learned more about yourself in any way through YouTube? I would say that having a YouTube channel has taught me a lot about myself. And I'm really going to try to answer this as modestly as possible, but I feel personally that YouTube has taught me that balancing multiple things like a full-time job, being a full-time student, with another essentially full-time job is quite demanding, and I would say that I learned that myself as a person, I have I mean, I won't say the word tremendous work ethic, but I have a pretty substantial one at that, and something I can take pride in. I don't really feel like there's anything wrong with taking pride in something like that in general, really. I mean, you just should notice certain things like that about yourself. There's nothing wrong, again, it's not like I'm bragging about anything like that. I mean, it's just something that, you know, really requires constant work. It requires constant creativity, and I'm not really even the most creative person in the world, but you have to constantly be doing something if you want to succeed on YouTube. And other than that, really, I mean, it's pretty, that's just the way I feel about it. It certainly has taught me a lot about myself. Alright, the next question is going to be coming from ZXLilyXZ, who says, do you enjoy the cheat days when you're doing them, or do you feel bad or guilty while doing it? Great question here, and I'm actually really glad this was asked, just because of the potential upcoming challenge. And I've addressed this a few times, really, but when I do these so-called cheat days, I do them for YouTube. They're not like your average cheat day, like the average person goes out and does. I don't necessarily, I wouldn't say I don't enjoy the food, but I'm filming everything. It's like you have to count everything, you have to track everything. It's not like it's something that's, it's not like your normal cheat day, just to put it that way. I mean, the average person will wake up and be like, oh cool, I'm gonna have a cheat day today. You know, make a few waffles with some, you know, what do I see? I see these like guys do like, you know, Oreos and stuff and ice cream, and it's whatever. But yeah, I won't say again that I don't enjoy it, but it's certainly not like your average cheat day. I certainly don't necessarily feel guilty while I'm doing them, but I mean, at that point, I mean, you pretty much, at least for my challenge, you're going to be eating a substantial amount of food. So that kind of just goes into more the planning part of it. I mean, you kind of always have to be thinking about what you're going to have next, what you could be doing to kind of spice things up. It's constant. It's just constantly thinking about how you can make the video more appealing rather than the cheat day itself more appealing, at least in my regards, because I'm making it for you guys and making it for the viewers. So alrighty, the next question is going to be coming from Lola Hart 15, who says, what should a girl do to get out of the friend zone? Lola, I'm probably the worst person to be asking this question given my current struggles with women. But I will say, coming from a guy's perspective, just tell him how you feel. Alrighty, and the next question is going to be coming from Sakina35. What do you think as a society could change our perceptions of body image and weight? Fantastic question here. I mean, honestly, the best thing to do to approach something like this is to be realistic. I personally do not feel that society will change in terms of always fixating on low body fat percentage and all of these, these striated abs and six packs and, striated shoulders. I mean, vascularity, it's always going to be prevalent in society. That's my approach on it. You don't have to necessarily agree with my approach on it, but I think that that's the way we're going about it. No matter how, focused we are or how much advocation we give towards being more open-minded with our own bodies, I just feel like, honestly, let me just step back a little bit. We've gotten a little bit better in terms of society being more open-minded. Again, it's certainly gotten a lot better, but at the end of the day, we're always going to be thinking that thinner is better and that thinner is going to be happier. And in reality, I mean, it's just not the way that it works. I mean, you don't necessarily feel better when you are thin. You don't feel better when you're at a lower body fat percentage. Unfortunately, when people get to these points where they are at a very low weight and they do have absurdly low body fat, will they realize it for themselves? Alrighty, the next question is going to be from Yasin M, who says, do you have any fitness tips for Muslims who have to fast during Ramadan, no food or drink from sunrise to sunset? I do not think it is very good either, but I don't have much choice. Yeah, so for this, I mean, it's obviously, I'm not too educated to be completely honest on Ramadan, but if you are fasting for extended periods of time, the key to it is actually making sure that you are not doing strenuous amounts of activity, but for the most part, it really will depend on the actual person and also the person's goals. I mean, obviously, if you're looking to gain size and looking to gain lean body mass, I mean, you have to really think about it in the sense that you need to prioritize your protein consumption, carbohydrate consumption, and also during the fasting phase, you're also needing to make sure that you're not going to be, again, doing strenuous amounts of activity. Anything that's going to compromise your lean mass that you have already, you want to make sure that you prioritize that. But obviously, it's your religion. I'd be focusing on that aspect and actually, practicing your religion rather than how much muscle you're going to gain or lose during that phase. Alrighty, and the next question is going to be coming from Jim Helen, who says, what were the best and worst food challenges you've done in terms of taste and how you felt afterwards? Okay, so I will just say the best food challenge that I've done in terms of actually recovering from it and taste-wise was probably the recent one, my cereal challenge. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. Always with heavy carb challenges, you pretty much recover the next day pretty quickly. And that's, why I felt like I recovered well after that one, just because it's literally just straight sugar. I would say the worst challenge, oh gosh, it was horrible, was the most recent one, was the McDonald's challenge. Gosh, why does my car have to smell like McDonald's still to this day? Oh my goodness, it's horrible. Yeah, that was just a stupid amount of fat. It was a lot of bread. It was a lot of just grease. And when you consume that much in one sitting, it just does not sit well with you over time. And I don't care who you are. It's horrible. So I do not recommend that at all. Alrighty, the next question is going to be coming from Sophie, who asks, biggest fear or phobia? And this is going to kind of sound weird to a lot of you. I don't know if you guys will really understand, but I have a huge fear of heights. And as a kid, I'd always get nightmares about falling off of skyscrapers or being thrown off of skyscrapers, and so that was like my my worst, like my most feared thing was just falling out of either that or like a plane. And so I'd always, I'd get nightmares about getting thrown off of like giant towers. It was horrible, and so I'd like, that's my biggest fear right now is heights, essentially. So, alrighty, and the last question is going to be coming from CVDM1987, who asks, how do you prepare for a ride, dude-wise? I think you meant food-wise. Do you rely on coffee only? If yes, is that enough given the hard, awesome rides that you do? So, fantastic question. And this is actually a very important one that I wanted to address, because I do most of my riding in the early stages, or early parts of the morning, early parts of the afternoon. So essentially the way I approach my riding, I ride pretty intense for the most part, but if it's anything under 2 hours or an hour and a half, I'll usually just have coffee with a branched chain supplement beforehand. But the biggest thing to my food intake is I get, I would say, 70%, 80% of my carbohydrates before I go to sleep, because I do train early. So that will carry over into my early morning training, and I'm actually feeling like that's just been the biggest performance booster beforehand, even with races and everything like that. So I do feel like I get the most out of it that way, and it's pretty much just all personal preference, and that's why I always recommend to everybody to find what works best for you. Obviously, if you're going to be doing heavy resistance training and everything and adding that into the mix, obviously it's going to be a little bit different. But as a cyclist, I mean, from that perspective, that's just the way I approach it. You don't necessarily have to focus on, pounding these huge meals before you go for giant rides. I mean, personally for me, both from a performance aspect, but also when I'm climbing and I'm doing most of my riding out of the saddle, I feel way better when I don't have all this food bogging me down. That's just all personal preference again, so that's just what works best for me. Alrighty guys, so that's the Q&A. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, every Sunday I do these as well. Sorry about the crow earlier and the terrible focus on my camera, but hopefully I got it under control. Do me a favor, give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And like I was saying, feel free to follow me on my social media. All the links will be up right here. Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram. You guys know the drill. Thanks again for watching, guys, and as we near 50,000 subscribers, stay tuned for something special. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?